just record it. Okay, so here we did decimal values. And for those of you just joining us, sorry, try to hit stream. But the TLDR of it, and I'll go over in just a minute when I get them working. But we're going to use our decimal point to, just like we would in a 10 system. And as our values increase, like we talked about last time, by 2s, when we go right, our values will be decreasing by a half. And so that's how we get to do our decimal values. So, yay. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about, you ready to go to a completely different idea? Calm down, people. Don't lose your minds in excitement. We're ready to go on to the next idea. Okay. All right. The next idea we're going to talk about, let's draw a picture. Pictures are the best. Okay. So if I have, oh, that's a great little thing. So if I have a number, let's say the biggest number I can remember is 615. Let's say I have this little number. And before, you remember we talked about charges, yes? So your computer is kind of filled with a bunch of little batteries. Does that make sense? Yes, and it either holds a charge or it doesn't hold a charge, but you can't actually hold no charge, so you pretty much hold low charge or high charge. Yeah? Yes, yes? Okay, so let's say this is a battery, 5 little batteries to hold one number. And so we can put our text in here. Let's see if I can get the text a little bigger. Maybe. How does 18 look? Yeah, but we don't have 6. So let's say we're holding 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, right? And it's gorgeous, it's fantastic. And so what this actually means is that we have high charge, low charge. It bothers me not to be professional in this, rats. High charge, and then 2 cells with low charge. Yeah? Okay. What happens? Oh, what value is this? 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So this would be 20. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. What happens when I want to do 21? Totally gonna have to move that around. What needs to change? Just my ones place, right? Scrubby scrub. And so all the system will do, we'll do this. And now is this perfectly right? Is there any problems on the screen? Okay, so then we're gonna like change it to high. And now this will have high charge, right? Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so now I want this to be 22. So now what needs to change? Oh man, the explosion of ideas. This is fantastic. You change the ones place. Okay. And we're going to go and we're going to change that to 0. Because we know that's right. It's an even number, right? So it needs to have that 0 there. But now this is the same as it was before. So we're going to increase this one, right? So this becomes a 1. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're going to knock these out because this is wrong. This is wrong. Let's see, I need a high-low. Bam, I got a high-low right there. Copy pasta. Fantastic. Sound good?
Yes.
Okay. What's the process? Walk me through the process of what happens. When I go from this oh man, how come this is not moving?
High.
Is it not? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so what number is this?
31.
Cool. Now let's do the next process. What happens when I want to add 1? Hello? So I want to add 1, and I'm going to try to represent 32, right?
Change all the zeros and add a 1.
Okay, I only have 5 slots.
You only have 5 slots.
Okay, this is a physical device. High charges and low charges, I'm plugging electricity into them, right?
Yeah.
But this computer system is going to follow the same algorithm every time. So what we did was we said, okay, if I have a 1 that changes to a 0, I change it to a 0, right? And then I look at the buddy next to me, and if he was a 0 before, he'll just switch too, because you got to keep rolling. Should I explain that better? I feel like I butchered that. You can tell me, Barrett, you butchered that explanation. Okay. Every time we always are going to switch this value. Yes? Okay. Switching. And then we're going to say, if I switch a value from a 1 to a 0, I need to switch the one next to me. Yeah? Okay, so let's do it. And if I switch a value from 1 to 0, I need to switch the one next to me. Do what? And so this one will switch to 0, which means that because I go from 1 to 0, this one needs to switch. And because I go 1 to 0, this one needs to switch. And I only have 5 places to hold my numbers, right? Which means that all of this becomes wrong. And what we're left with is low, 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 low. Okay? What number is this? Here's the important stuff. I hope I wasn't losing you. Is this 32? No,
Zero.
this is 0. This is called overflow.
So what, there's too much data and it's out.
Yeah, in math we learned that you can just keep adding 1 to numbers. But because our numbers are represented by physical devices, we actually just can't keep adding. Right? We can't go all Buzz Lightyear and say into infinity and beyond. We are constrained by how much space we use to save our numbers. Cool?
You can measure how much space is on the computer.
What?
How much space.
You can hold millions of numbers, but there is a reason that they say, like, if we're going to have an age, then we'll use only a few spaces. And I'm really simplifying this, but if we're going to hold your age, then we don't need to go up to 20 billion. Yes, if we're holding someone's age, maybe we only need to go up to 256. And be very impressed when someone says, I'm 256 years old. Right? Okay, if we're going to talk about, but if we're going to look at number of bytes that you have, or number of gigs that you're saving, maybe we think, oh, you might need to save more than a million bytes, which would be 1 megabyte. So then we can expand those numbers based on the thing that we're looking at. That's the short. All right, you ready for your task for today? Yes. Okay. So today, here's what I need you to do. First, there's a Schoology quiz. What's it called? Nope. First, there's a Schoology quiz titled Binary Number Challenge. And then second, I want you to go to code.org. Have y'all gotten into code.org yet? Yes, everybody's in there? Do what? I emailed you all summer?
No, I was thinking coding.
Oh, no. And it is unit, and you're going to do unit 1, lesson 5. You're going to play with the overflow widget and answer the 2 checks for understanding. So that's all I need for you. You need to answer 2 questions and take a quick quiz for me. And then we're good. Any concerns? Going once? Going twice? Cool. All right, before I stop recording, I'm going to come back to you guys in the video and apologize for not streaming the first piece. So what we did, and I'll explain this more in detail now, what we did was we started with 1, sorry, mouse real quick. We started with 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, and we figured out that it was 37. And then I introduced the idea, what if we had a decimal value and we shifted everything? And so just like we have like 125, we can have 12.5. We can also do the same in binary. So we can take this decimal value and we can just put it there. And what that does is now this is the ones place. And so we figured out that as we move to the left, we multiply by 2. So then as we move right, we should then be dividing by 2. And so we can have this happen as much as we want. And so, yeah, that's the long and short of it. If you have questions, please email me. I'd love to help you out, try to explain it if I didn't do a good job this time. So, but yeah, you guys also have these 2 tasks to knock out today, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.